All right. All right. Well, thanks for joining us, you guys. So we've got a few of our peer mentors with us. So we're just going to be talking about self-care today and kind of tips and ideas for you guys to do during quarantine that will help you help your mental health and also just help you have fun and enjoy your time in quarantine, because I know it can get a little monotonous and boring. So we're going to get some tips from our peer mentors. So Riley, we'll start with you.
Yeah, great. So one tip that I put into practice pretty much every day, if not every second day for sure, is walking my dog. So making sure that you get outside, even if it's not for a full walk of your dog, even if it's just for 10, 15 minutes, just to experience the fresh air, the sun or the rain or whatever the weather is. It is really good to get outside and to kind of just see each new day as it comes, see the snow start to fade, see the grass start to come out. By making sure that at least once a day I spend even just 10 minutes outside, I really find it's helping me look more positive to the future, knowing that summer is on its way. With that being said, if you guys at home want a small thing that can get you outside, ask your parents for a little section of garden for yourself, whether it be fruits or vegetables or even just flowers. Getting outside and watering them, picking out the weeds, having your own little section outdoors, your own space outside, gives you something to look forward to when you wake up to. You get to see the new growth. You get to see your work come to fruition. So if you guys are looking for something to get outside, ask your parents for a little section of garden that's just for you, that they won't touch, and that you can tend to for the rest of the summer. Another thing that you guys can do to help keep positive in this is try to listen to a new song every day. A song you haven't heard of, or a song maybe you skipped the good part of. But by listening to a new song, getting out and trying different styles, it'll help build up your repertoire of different good music, but it gets you in a different mood going. Even on the rainy days, to listen to a sad kind of drony song is nice sometimes. So make sure you're still listening to new music. Get those playlists ready for the dance parties when they are ready to happen, and keep shaking it at home.
Love that. That's awesome. Thanks, Riley. Vanessa, you can go next and give us your tips.
Okay, perfect. So a few things that I have been doing that I find is really helping me stay positive during this time, kind of like Riley said. So one thing I do, I still have classes, so a lot of my time spent at home is kind of sitting down and doing my schooling. So I found that by taking, even if it's just 10 minutes out of my day to do a workout, I Google anything on YouTube. You just Google workouts and tons of them come up, and I try to do at least one a day. I do take rest days though still, and I do a workout a day, and it just helps me stay motivated and kind of get my body moving again instead of just staying down all day and studying. And another great things you guys can do to kind of help as well is you can take sticky notes or any paper. You could write it basically anywhere in your journal. You could write 3 things that you're grateful for each day. Or it could be 1, it could be 2, it could be as many as you want. But the point is to kind of do this every day. And the more you do this, the more you realize how much you guys have to appreciate, and you start to look for the positive in situations. Another tip I have for you guys is to take at least 1 hour out of your day that is specifically just for you guys. Doesn't matter what it is. It could be going for a walk, reading a book, listening to music, just anything, but it's just it's for you guys. You take 1 hour out of your day to kind of reset your mind and to relax. So
yeah, those are awesome tips. Thanks, Vanessa. Catherine, you can go next.
Yeah, so my biggest thing is that sometimes I've been feeling really overwhelmed by the need to be productive, because I feel like a lot of my social media has been pushing like my 6 a.m. morning routine, and this is the 21 things that I did during quarantine today. And like sometimes I wake up and I'm lying in bed and I'm like, there's so many things that I could do, and there's so many things that I probably should do. And like, I'm just laying there thinking about all of these things and the need to be productive. And then I don't get out of bed till 3 because I'm just so overwhelmed. I feel like it's so easy to be just overwhelmed, and I don't know. So I think it's important to kind of focus on, yes, be productive and do things that are good for you, but also just take time, like Vanessa said, for yourself. And like, sometimes if that's even just like eating something that's not good for you, like Sometimes you just need that, right? And that can be part of self-care too, is just taking time to veg and do what feels right. And so my biggest tip that I've been doing is setting little goals for myself every day, and they change based on how you're feeling. So if you wake up and you're like, I'm ready to kill this day, I'm in the best mood ever, maybe I'll set 4 goals for myself and I'm going to do these 4 things. But if I wake up and I'm lazy and I'm so done with quarantine, I'll set 1 goal for myself. And if I achieve that one thing, that's good enough. Like, you're still getting up and doing something. Yeah, so that's been helping me. And kind of piggybacking off of what Vanessa said as well, is that, yeah, like, just set one productive goal. Like, I'm going to go for a run, or I'm going to do an ab workout, or I'm going to make a healthy snack, or I'm going to write. And then pick one thing that's just what you love doing and something that requires no work and no stress and no thinking. Like, I'm going to watch an episode of my favorite TV show, and maybe I'll just veg out on the couch and I don't care, and I'm going to do that for me. So kind of finding a good in-between and a good balance has been really important for me this week.
Yeah, that's awesome. Those things are super important for sure. Something that I've been doing a lot that's been helping me during quarantine is cooking, and just cooking new food and trying out new recipes, because we have the time. And, usually you're really busy, or maybe your parents cook most of your meals if you're at home. So it's nice to take the time and just like try out some things on your own. Even if it doesn't go that great, you're still trying a new recipe and you'll get better at cooking, like, no matter what. So cooking new things has been really helpful for me, and it relaxes me a lot personally. Like, I like cooking. So that's something that's been really great for me. I tried making ramen, carbonara pasta, a couple different things. I've been cooking a lot. So that's something that's really fun for me. And some things that you can do for yourselves. So try to do something fun and just like completely different than what you would normally do. Because I find that now we're pretty deep into quarantine, like, you probably have a routine that you're going through every day, and it feels a little boring. It feels a little like almost normal at this point. So try to break out of your routine and just do something different. Like, build a blanket fort in your living room and like watch a movie in there, or go outside and like play with chalk and like draw on your driveway. Like, I did that for the mental health week challenge, and it was actually super fun because I haven't done that in years. So something different and fun will, really get you out of a rut if you're feeling stuck during quarantine. And then another tip is, if you're feeling really anxious during this time, which is super normal, writing down how you're feeling can be super helpful. I have a hard time maybe like verbally expressing when I'm feeling anxious. So write it down on a piece of paper, in a notebook, or on little pieces of paper, and put them in a jar and just like set them aside. And then you've got your, like, whatever it is that you're feeling anxious about, you've got it out of your system, but you don't necessarily need to talk to someone about it. So yeah, that's my tips. So there's lots of things that you guys can do for yourselves during quarantine, lots of self-care, lots of amazing resources that we have on the YWH Instagram and Facebook page, and lots of local websites and resources as well. So there's always something to help you, and you can always reach out to us and find some help through the YWH.
If you guys have any tips out there too, feel free to send them to us. We love to hear from you. We love to hear what you're doing, any pictures of your quarantine activities. Feel free to message us with any questions, requests for activities for the future. We love your feedback.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, guys. Bye.
Bye.